I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so, they like my family, so they go pretend that they cool till they busted your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank, they see the number. All of my haters feel one of two ways, really upset it, they show some respect. I can't even think about it, I've been up, so read about it, no beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it, we'll never see it when I get my feet up. 100 meters where I run the field, and go for ching and on a I had to re-up on a reel, so you stay the feeder, and put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Your art is an art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf. Your ego done got in the way. It gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on. So you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check.
Alrighty. Welcome to Drone Brews. We screwed up last week. Okay, let me rephrase that. We did not screw up. I screwed up. Tammy did absolutely everything okay. I made a judgment call to take a gummy so I would feel better, and I didn't feel better. I think I amplified the alcohol. I think I amplified the sickness, and in turn, I just was not here. So there's that. There's no other way to put it other than I unlisted the stream after watching it back because I realized I was so zonked out. I was like, yeah, that's a members only type of stream. Not to mention I got a copyright strike due to playing Little Einsteins. Totally worth it. I don't take it back. I still think the copyright strike was absolutely worth everything to play Little Einsteins after watching that, but still I digress. All right, let me bring in my co-host, Tammy Jean.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much. I'm glad we had that human resources meeting late last week, early this week to settle the issues after that very rude phone call that we received towards the end of the show. Again, my reps urged me to tell you that I had no control over that call, and that we apologized deeply.
Yeah, I mean, who knew? Who knew that he was going to just douche me on the air live like that? I
had no idea. I mean, anything's possible. This is Drone Brews, so I mean, there's things that could happen that we have zero control over.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody liked the souvenir that you brought home from Vegas. I think everybody liked that.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that was a different type of stream. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I had to Uber home, and I don't even remember Ubering, to be completely honest. It's one of those out of body experiences that are so out of body, you just stay there.
But interestingly, you have a record of it. You know, a lot of people don't have records of these things, but you can actually watch and remember how it was. Yeah.
Sort of. What are you doing that? Some reason a lot came out towards the end of the show as I was watching it back. You brought up the fact that I stood you up for one show.
I didn't bring that up.
Nope, Max did, but
Max
brought that up. I remember that. And Well, I don't remember that. I rewatched that. Let me. So yes, to your point, yes, there is recollections of memories thanks to, in fact, the fact that it was being recorded. I digress. Um, so an announcement happened today, Tammy. Do you know what that announcement was?
I think I do. It
Okay.
was
What?
from Skydio.
Yeah, Skydio announced the Skydio X10, which is their latest commercial offering. Because if you remember, Skydio is no longer producing
They're out.
consumer drones. They've left the consumer
Out.
market. They're still here, but they just don't produce consumer drones. Have you ever have you ever had a chance to fly a Skydio? Have you
I
been?
have
No.
not. And
Okay.
I have a question on this whole thing with them
Sure.
not being in the consumer market, and they've come out with this amazing, so they say drone. It look,
Uh
I
huh.
saw the video on it. It looks cool.
It does look cool.
Is it possible to get one?
Um, I will say this. Yes, it is possible to get one if you have disposable income, if you have reasoning to have one. I
Of
think that
course.
the reason I think so here's what I believe with this. I think that there's no pricing on the website because they want to figure out how many you're going to need of it.
Right.
You need to figure out, price wise, like what they can back you in as far as a yearly subscription, because not only are you buying the bird, but you're also paying an exorbitant fee for the software. So you're
Mm.
almost just leasing the bird. So you're not ever actually owning it. But I would say for the normal individual, like for the consumer, like the you or the I, this is not a feasible aircraft for us, like for what we do. For
Oh, of
government, different
course.
story, different story. But I'm hearing stories it's above, $20,000. I'm not 100% sure how accurate that actually is, but that's just what I'm hearing. But again, there's no pricing on the website whatsoever. I'm going to see if I can pull the
I was just
desktop over. I don't think it's going to let me pull. Yeah, this is the problem we were having. We were having a problem where it wasn't displaying. Yeah, so we're done with Ecamm.
okay.
Anyways, it's not letting me display the desktop. There could be something with Mac that's preventing that, but I digress. Anyways, so let's talk about the key specs here. So it has a max flight speed of 45 miles per hour, a max flight time of 40 minutes. It takes just under 40 seconds to deploy it. It is IP55 certified against dust and water. So there's that.
Mhm.
Looks like camera wise, it has 3 cameras. It looks like it has a telephoto, a wide lens, and then it also has, as looks like, a thermal camera. It has the FLIR Boson Plus, and according to Skydio, this is the first aircraft to support the FLIR Boson Plus sensor, which is still a 612 by 540 resolution. So in thermal imagery, you really only have one size. It's just how much detail you're able to achieve out of that sensor size. So 3 cameras on there. At first glance, just looking at this, and if you guys want to go to Skydio's website to sort of take a look at this, um, fuck you, B-Man. Um, by the way, if you want to take a look at this, if you want to take a look at this, it is interesting. Looks like it also has RTK on there, some new obstacle avoidance sensors there. I mean, it's very much, as you look at it, it does scream Skydio. It looks like it does fold up from what I'm seeing here, which is a nice change of pace, which so did the X2. The X2 folded up as well. It sort of looks like a parrot, a Nafi a little bit, though. It does look like a parrot, Tammy.
That's not a good look. That's so 10 years ago.
I know it does. It looks like parrot, and I'm not 100% sure if what the airframe is completely made out of. My guess is possibly it's carbon fiber. Looks like there's actually 2 different payloads you can get. You can get the VT300Z that has a narrow camera, telephoto camera, radiometric thermal camera. And then you have the VT300L, which gives you the narrow camera, the 1-inch wide camera, radiometric thermal camera, and then a flashlight. So hang on a second here.
Flashlight.
Yeah, so there's two different payloads. So one payload has a narrow 46 millimeter equivalent 64 megapixel sensor. That's pretty crazy. A telephoto camera of 190 millimeter equivalent 48 megapixel. Then you have the radiometric thermal camera 640 by 512. But then you have a secondary payload. The second payload actually has sort of a unique fly. Has the narrow camera, which is like 46 millimeters, so not quite a zoom lens. And then you have a wide camera. I would have rather seen, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I would have rather seen a one. Fuck this fly, man. I'm gonna fuck it up, man. Sorry. I would have rather seen a 1-inch, like the wide camera, like a 20 millimeter equivalent, and then a 190 millimeter telephoto lens. That would have made, to me, that makes more sense. Why? Like, that's such an odd pairing, I think.
Can I just say some early comments from the chat?
Yeah.
Dre from Recovery One Drone, he was asking if you sat on the live stream today. He said they never compared their gear or software to DJI Enterprise level gear.
I did sit through some of the live presentation. I didn't register as myself. I just registered as anonymous. I was afraid if I registered as me, they may have like been like kicked me out or something. But anyways, I did sit through it, and that is true. They did never compare, and I think that's by design that they did not compare their product to DJI. I don't think they want that comparison because, according to Skydio, what they are offering is something different, right? So, a new experience, an autonomous experience. And they don't want to compare what they have to DJI. I know that doesn't sound like that's such a novel thing to say, but it's true. Like, and I find myself doing the same thing when I'm doing a presentation. I'm not like, if I'm talking about said product, I don't want to bring another product into the comparison to detract away from what I'm talking about on the product. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why.
He also felt that a lot of people in the chat had to be paid plants.
Yeah, I mean, damn this fly, man. I'm like seeing this fly. I just want to kill it. Motherfucker. I'm sorry. It's so distracting. It's so distracting, this fly. All right. So, yeah, I mean, they touted, they have a lot of specs here that they've touted. Like, you can detect, I don't know, like a lot of this is like shit that our drones already do. I think it's going to really come down to the AI and the autonomy aspect. Now, interestingly enough, it's packing the NVIDIA Jetson Orion GPU or Orin GPU. I don't know if it's Orion or if that's a typo. It's Orin GPU, which gives it like next level computing essentially. So that's interesting, though, that they put that. That's a hell of a powerhouse of a GPU on board here. That fly just flew into my mouth. Just want to throw that out there. It flew in my mouth and then exited. I can't win with live streaming. So, yeah, I mean, looking over the specs on it, I mean, spec-wise, it's impressive. But it's going to be expensive, and then you're going to have that nanny software that you're going to have. Now, they did go ahead and make their own RC this time around. But again, it really screams Parrot. Like, looking at this RC looks like something that Parrot would have created. I don't know, man. I feel like, even looking at the design of this, I feel like Parrot has a hand in this somehow with manufacturing or possibly assisting them. It has too many design cues for me not to think otherwise. Like, just everything about it screams Parrot for some reason. And I maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I think that it's interesting, but price-wise, I think there's better options out there, and they don't have the best track record in the market as of right now. Now, something that it does have, they have fly from your browser with 5G. That's interesting. You now have 5G on the Skydio X10. So essentially, you can have unlimited range, and you can operate this autonomously from anywhere. But the range from the RC to the actual aircraft itself, 7.5 miles.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know. I would love to see that if it actually gets anywhere close to that. because, yeah, previous generations were not that frivolous in doing so. They also, they have a parachute for this as well. They have a speaker, mic, spotlight, so they have attachments. So yeah, they really went all out with this one. Interesting. Just sucks to see that, they had to leave the consumer space just like to do, I don't know.
Yeah. They abandoned
Vegas Aerial Services. The controller is actually built by Parrot. Well, there you go. So there, yeah.
So
there we go. So yeah. So and again, it just like Parrot has certain design cues that just stand out in the industry. And when you see something, you're like, yeah, that's Parrot. Parrot makes like Parrot once upon a time made great stuff, but now they just make absolute shit. Like absolute shit. So if they had their hand in any way with this, I think it's going to be shit. Yeah, I don't know.
That was the wrong partnership.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I think they could have did better or chose differently. I don't know. Price wise, yeah, it's going to be expensive and no dealers. You have to buy this directly from Skydio. So let's say you have a dealer that you work with or somebody that you've built a relationship with over the years that you bought all your commercial product from. You can't buy it from them. You have to contact Skydio directly in order to purchase this. So that's sort of interesting. I don't know.
It's not going to be on my Christmas list. I'm just putting that out there.
No, I wouldn't be on anybody's Christmas list, not for that price tag. But it's one of these things. Like, so I was thinking about this today as I was driving. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I hate how alienated the segment of the commercial space that I am in. So the commercial space that I'm in, I consider myself more of a cinematographer, photographer, real estate, that type of thing. We don't have any representation in this commercial space. And it was very apparent when I was at Commercial UAV. There was nothing. There was nothing there. That's why I left the show so early, because there was nothing there for me, like somebody who is just interested in photography and videography. Nothing. You're completely alienated, and there's no options in the marketplace. If we had to fly only American or fly anything other than DJI, there's no option available at all, really. Like, I don't consider Autel an option, really, because, I mean, they're also teetering on that side of, hey, we may leave the consumer space as well, which is sort of crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. In the consumer space, it doesn't seem like anyone is really holding up to DJI. And I know people I know people who love their Autels.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Have you ever gotten a chance to fly an Autel?
I have not. I only have I started with toys and graduated up to DJI products, and that's kind of where I ended up. Yeah. Well, and I also don't upgrade very often. I don't have a very big like upgrade budget. So
and that's the thing is, like, I don't think you have to necessarily upgrade. Like, I don't think a drone is something you have to upgrade every year. I think a lot of people in this space get hell-bent on the idea of upgrading. I mean, I upgrade just because that's what I do. It's part of my job. I review a drone, so I'm going to naturally upgrade. But I think for the general public, it's not a behooving thing to chase that dragging. I think like a drone is like an every 2-year type of upgrade thing. Or upgrade as needed, or if you're trying to get the best of the best image quality, then yes, go ahead and try to upgrade. But I think also we're getting to a point when it comes to drones that we're no longer seeing these massive leaps, right? We're seeing like incremental, like little refinements as we go. We're seeing them get just better marginally. They're not taking huge leaps and huge chunks. I think it's going to be a little while before we start seeing those huge chunks happen again.
Yeah. But I think people who, hang out in the drone communities on YouTube keep seeing these new drones come through and they want them all. just because.
Yeah.
And that's why my question is always, is it worth upgrading? You know, is it really that big of a jump from
It's hard with any drone to not get sucked into the hype, and it happens, and
Yeah.
it sucks because like when we're asked to review a product, or like we're asked to review something, there's a lot of excitement around reviewing something new, but when all the dust settles and you just look at a product for what it is, you're sort of like, would you really, like, and then you think to yourself, would you really take out your credit card and buy it? And I can honestly say there's only been a handful of times that I really felt like, yep, I'm going to buy that. The Mavic 3 Pro, that was one of the instances where I was like, yep, I'll buy one, because I loved that 3x lens and it was useful to have at the time. Now, if I had to think about it and I knew that the Air 3 was going to come out, I probably would have waited for the Air 3, because the Air 3 had the same, the same 3x lens. And I felt like that. I feel like the Air 3 is a little bit easier to match as far as color goes between the different lenses. So I was like, man, I wish I would have waited a little bit, because I would have just kept the Mavic 3 Pro and not got the Mavic 3 and not got the Mavic 3 Pro. But I mean, having backups, like for what I do, I need to have backup drones. So
Yeah.
because I'm going to crash something, periodically, it's going to happen, for a client, it just will happen. So having a backup of a product is not a bad thing, but I don't think necessarily you have to just buy just to have it. Like there's a lot of FOMO in this industry.
Yes. Yes. Every time a new drone is coming out, that's all anyone can talk about for weeks. There were leaks. There was a picture online. You know, everyone gets so excited and they have to be, the first one to grab it. And then here comes the next one.
Yeah, exactly. But, we're getting to a point where, DJI is the only one putting out a new product, right? Like Autel hasn't put out a new product. And going back to what I was thinking about is like, who is in the industry beyond DJI that you would go to, like, for a drone? I could list 3 off the top of my head. You have DJI, you have Autel, you have Skydio, you have Parrot, I guess. But 2 of those don't produce any consumer products. So you have 2. One of them doesn't produce a very good consumer product, or if they are producing them, they're very late to the table with them. I can't think of anything else out there, which absolutely is insane. When I first started flying, this fucking fly, I'm going to, if I have to punch myself.
Oh, I thought you ate it.
No, I thought I would have loved to eat the fly. But this fly, if it's just like this tiny little gnat, it's just small enough to annoy the living shit out of me. See,
They do go for the face. They go for the face.
I mean, it's pissing me off just enough. What if Skydio sent it here? That's actually like a micro. That's an X45 flying around here. And they sent it here to disrupt my stream, to prevent me from saying anything. Far-fetched, but it could be. Fucking fly. I can't even keep my train of thought when I'm not high. That's a problem. Come on, Tammy.
Hey.
Come on. It's just the smallest and tiniest of little gnats, too. It's like, so I must have came in when I opened the back door because it started raining. Like, get that late thunderstorm, and it's just jacked everything up. So, yeah, a disappointment that Skydio is only for enterprise now. A little bit of a bummer. I mean, we knew it. They've said it, so is what it is. But I just feel like I want to see something more from this drone space. Like I want to see more. I don't want to see just one competitor. I want to have an option. You know what I mean? I really just want to see an option, and I don't know who's going to step up to the table to do that. I ran through a list. There's nobody. Maybe Sony could. Maybe Sony could come out with something better than the Air Peak, because that's $12,000. That's a lot of money. I mean, That's viable if you have Sony cameras, I guess, but they really don't have anything there either, so it sort of sucks. Damn. That's a bummer. What a bummer. What an absolute bummer on that. So yeah, so Skydio X10, I'll leave a link in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out after you missed their their keynote presentation. Yeah, I mean, bit of a interesting product there. I wish them all the best with it. I just ask that they stop fucking lobbying against the competition and actually try to beat them with hand-to-hand combat. If this is your best product now, your best product should be able to accelerate you further, should be able to help you propel against the competition. Now, I don't want to hear you're spending millions of dollars trying to lobby against the competition. Let your product do the talking, let your product do the work, and put the performance where your mouth is, essentially.
Exactly.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Enough about that. B-Man asked, what about X Dynamics? I think X Dynamics actually is folding, to be honest with you. I think X Dynamics is folding. I think I was talking with Billy not too long ago, and he said a gentleman bought I know. I digress. Take another shot. He said he was talking to somebody who, you know how you get those storage units? Like they have storage where you can buy like somebody didn't pay their bill on a storage unit.
Yeah. Like Storage Wars.
Right. Somebody bought a storage container, and in the storage container, it was full of Evolve 2s. It was full of Evolve 2s.
Wow.
Like they went out of business.
Wow.
And I've tried talking to the CEO. I don't even know. What happens if we go to X Dynamics? Let me go to X Dynamics website. xdynamics.com. Let's go to xdynamics.com and see what happens if I go to the website. Are they out of business? Let's see. Website still loads. The website still loads. Let's see. They're still advertising their drone. Let's see what happens if I go to buy now. You can add it so you can add a ProRes Ready Evolve 2 for $36.99, or you can add the Evolve 2 Cine Pack for $48.99. I wonder if their socials have been active. Let's take a look at Instagram. That's usually a good way to tell whether or not a company has been active or what they've been doing. So let's take a look at this. When was this posted? 6 weeks ago, they posted a video of a Porsche. Of a Porsche. I don't understand. Are they going to fly? Oh, okay. Like there's a shot with it. That's really nothing to do with the drone. So 6 weeks ago was their last post, I guess. When was this one? That was 47 weeks ago. So I'm going through looking to see when their last post was. 27 weeks ago. So 6 weeks ago was their last post. So they haven't been incredibly active on socials, but then again, who knows what that means? Maybe they're cooking something up. I would just feel bad for anybody that would buy something from them and then get stuck with it. That would suck. Could you imagine doing that and getting stuck with or not having something ship? I mean, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. I would feel bad. Yes, they abandoned them.
So there should be a bunch coming up on eBay.
Vizio's coming out. Ryan Trent says buy the new Vizio TV drone out in January.
Vizio
drone. Let's look up that one. Let's Vizio drone. Let's see what that is. Vizio? I don't see anything on it. I don't see anything. But that doesn't mean that there couldn't be something in the works. Huh. I just don't see anything. Oh, it's the Macabre Tribu. Let me search for that. Maca Tribu. Holy shit, what a fucking name. Let's look.
Vegas Aerial Services says that Roku drones seem to be coming up in the ranks.
Roku?
Yeah, I haven't heard of them.
I haven't heard from him. Oh, no. Roku F11.
KU.
Let's take a look at what this is. Who makes Roku? Who makes this? Is this another Chinese drone? No, this looks like a piece of shit. This looks like a piece of shit, Ruku. R-U-K-O? 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 Is that what they said? R-U-K-O?
He put R-U-K-U.
Who said that? Who said that?
Vegas Aerial Services.
No. Ruku. This is the type of drone. You go to a fucking arcade. You go to the arcade. They have the little key thing. You stick it in. You put the tokens in. It says win a free drone. And you're never going to win that fucking drone for less than $550. That is the drone that is in those fucking arcade games. That is a piece of shit. I'm looking at it right here. Anything that's named B-Wine or Ruko F11 Pro. If you got to put Pro in the motherfucking name of F11, no.
Vegas, how dare you? That shit is garbage.
Dude, this is garbage looking at this. What are you doing, Vegas?
How dare you?
What are you doing? He's doing this just to trigger me. That's what he's doing. This looks like the shittiest drone. I think I have a Ruku drone. I have a Ruku drone here.
Vegas, you started something. Everyone take a shot, I guess. Let's see what happens. or just throw some more shitty drones in the chat. Let's keep it going.
I swear to you, I have it's a W80. It's a W80, but it's on their website.
Uh-oh. Garbage. How dare you say that shit, Vegas? Horrible.
Garbage. Shit.
Horrible. Anyone else?
Garbage.
Anyone else have a suggestion?
Absolutely garbage. Holy shit. I'll put it in a fucking blender. Oh.
Someone said Roku is a fire stick.
No. This is Ruku. R-U-K-O. R-U-K-O.
Oh, okay.
I gotta reel it back. My blood pressure started skyrocketing again, and it's never a good thing.
These drones sometimes upset you.
I'm trying to look for this fucking fly. It's on my face. I'm trying to look for a Chinese alternative, like a Chinese drone alternative.
You need this, Ken.
Huh?
You need this.
What is that?
It's an electric fly swatter. I'm afraid to touch it.
Yeah,
But then you could like swat around your head and you could get them.
What if you touch that?
Max was doing it the other night. I'm afraid.
But would it zap you to the point where you would like?
I don't know.
Oh shit! Did you see that? Wow! Did that hurt?
It worked.
Did that hurt?
No.
Holy,
but I was so quick.
That was fast. Did you see the blap? The blip?
It works.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm afraid of it, but I saw Max do it, so.
No, because you did it.
I'm afraid.
Put it down. Put it down. Because I saw this blue spark when you did it. I'll get a taser for the next one. I'll get a taser, and then what I'll do is I'll tase myself on the stream. Like we'll say, no, not like a big taser, but a little, like a small taser, not like something, not like, but like a small one. Like, hey, I got a taser, but I don't know if it works because I got it from Wish. Like one of those, like a small one, like a little black, like a little, like. I'm not going to say I'm going to tase myself and I'll piss my pants, but what I'm saying is it may drop me to my knees inadvertently. Like a small taser.
Were you a fan of Cops back in the day?
Oh man, I love Cops. Cops. That was the show. That I lived for Cops, man.
One of my favorite things on Cops, because Max and I would watch that all the time, and even in reruns, every time I see this guy, it's so funny. He's actively getting tased, and he says, "I'll get you, bitch," and he falls to the ground. And I love that. It's a horrible show. I'm sorry, but I mean,
Well, I mean, it
sometimes
depends on
it
what
was
side
funny.
of the what team you're playing for.
Sometimes it was funny.
Steve Jones says you have to use mine, Ken. It's official. Hey, there we
Have
go.
to use his what?
His taser.
Oh. That's scary? You know what?
I don't know.
Electricity is scary to me.
I digress.
Okay. I say digress. B-man.
There you go. Take another shot. H4 Services says you'll never know what you'll get on the stream. I had no idea I'd see Tammy electrocute at night. Well, she is electric. That was cheesy as shit. I can get one for $5 at Harbor Freight. Michael says that, I'm gonna just do it just for the hell of it. It's a good idea to have a taser. It's just a good idea. You can't just tase people because you think it's funny. B-man, I beg to differ. When I come up there to Long Island, we'll see. Don't fly with your goggles down. Well, that's what you got to do. You have to do that, but I'm just saying you may get tased. So there's that. Place here says, Ken, I'll be in the Tampa area for week down 9. We should fly in town if you're not too busy. 9:30 to 10:07. 9:30 to 10:07. That's like, yeah, I'm around. And it's, towards the end of the month, it starts slowing down. Actually, October is the slowest month in real estate. For some reason, you're still doing it. But you got to hit the trigger, Tammy.
I'm pushing the button.
Okay. Why is it not electrocuting?
I don't know.
Tap it. Like, just pretend you're a fly. Like, you gotta oh!
There it is. I think I found the sweet spot, maybe.
No. Oh!
It did hurt a little bit. God damn it.
I can see the blue zap. I'm seeing it here. It's just so aggressive. Oh, my goodness.
It worked.
So... Yes, we can. Ken, let's fly. If you're here in the Tampa area, let's go fly. It is, like I said, real estate slows down. Like, come October, it's the best time to go on vacation if you're in this industry, because there's nothing. I wouldn't say there's nothing, but it is far less like ramped up. That's the best time for me to start creating content, get caught up on reviews, stuff like that, because it is so super slow. And I just put all my emphasis and energy into YouTube during that month. But we'll have to see how this year's been weird, though. This year has been really weird. Hello, Joe Fotolio. Good to see you, man. I put 13 walrus steps on the finished page before. I didn't have a tester. I guess I figured out if they were hot or not. Oh, that's a very painful way to go. I'll send you all the $100 jobs if you want. I will not. I'll take a pass. I'll take a definitive pass on that. Yeah, this month's been pretty busy for September. Usually September starts slowing down. This has been a very, very busy month, but I have had some moments to where I can get some stuff caught up. Started working on some more 3D printer videos now, so that's coming down the pipeline. Matter of fact, that will probably be, I think Friday's video will be 3D printer, which is a good thing. 3D print videos. I love 3D print videos. Probably my favorite of all videos to do is 3D printer.
Yeah, how come?
I just like the testing of it, like, putting the printer through the test, like, and you get to make stuff, and then, you're not having to go outside and get all sweaty. And, you know what I mean? Like Florida this time of year is miserable. Like September, towards the end of September, beginning of October, towards the end of October, it starts transitioning to springtime, like where everybody else gets spring weather. In like spring, Florida gets their spring weather in October, November. That's when temperatures start, normalize. That's when it becomes a nice place to live, is October. But every other time just absolutely sucks down here. It's hotter than hell. Let's get caught up. We'll get caught up on the chat here and see what's going on in here. So we got 101 people in the stream tonight.
Proud.
Dominic said he'll get electrocuted for the views. I'd pay. I guess I'd pay to see that. I see we got Ray Kelly in the chat, Green Mountain Droning, Brad Alston, Jonathan Jackson, Leonard Ogleby, Joe Fotoleo, Ken from Place It Here. We got Capturing the Magic, Deneen. Got Ryan Trent, Brant Ariels, B-Man FPV, Rennie Carlo, Dominic Northside Aerial. We got Reptilian Research Redux, H4 Services LLC, Chris Richardson's in the chat, Michael Kozinski. $20 super chat from Ken Herron.
Some gummy money.
Here's some gummy money. I love you, buddy.
Oh, did Ken catch last week's stream?
I'm sure he did not. That was, God, that caught up so fast. You know, sometimes when you take them, they're like slow burners. You'll throw a gummy in and nothing for an hour. And I'm like, whatever. This sucks. And then you make a mistake and you say, well, I will pop in another one. That is the wrong thing to do. That is not what you should do, because some of these are time sensitive. And that's the wrong thing to do. That is definitely the wrong. So I have learned a valuable lesson.
Did you have more than one souvenir last week?
No, last week I just had one souvenir, one single souvenir. Yeah. That one. And it was just probably, I had an empty stomach, I had a Modelo or whatever the hell I was drinking at the time. And man, that just sent me over the edge. And then being sick and, you know, Sudafed and everything, trying to stay up. Whew. That was a recipe for disaster. Because I'm watching back the stream and I'm having a conversation with you, and then mid thought I just stop.
Yeah.
And you had to keep like sort of like rebooting me. You know, I don't know. I never like, I would just like, and my eyes were barely opening. Like they were just like, that sort of sounded like what Trump would say. And my eyes were barely opening. Tammy. Oh. I was so screwed up, more screwed up than our economy is today under Sleepy Joe. I don't care. Like I'm just joking. Don't cancel me. I gotta stop doing. I do that, but I'll do it both ways.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody said mid thought you McConnelled.
That you did.
Yeah, I definitely did. I mean, I was like mid thought, I was out there.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. So, eyes look like two peepholes in the snow. Yeah. So I won't be doing that again.
On the stream.
Yeah, never. Maybe a half, just to try to find that happy medium. You know, stay in the half, but never again.
A spot in there.
Something I do want to put out there. I did something this week, so I got kicked out of a Facebook group this week.
Oh.
Yeah, I am so pissed off about this too. I gotta talk about this story because I'm so fucking mad about this. So check it out. So real estate videography. There's this group, Real Estate Videography, and I've been a part of this group for like, I don't know, maybe half a year, whatever, a little bit more. And I use the group mostly for inspiration, like for different shots, different things like that. And there is a guy, he's selling a real estate videography course. Now, he's selling this course for how much do you think he's selling this course for, Tammy, on how to edit and shoot videos like they do? How much do you think he sells this course for?
Ooh, I think there could be a wide range. Is it like a printable PDF or is it an
No. It's a
like,
digital. It's a digital course. So you tell me what you think this course is going for.
Is this guy known in any way?
He's maybe known in the industry, but not necessarily known like you or I known. So I will tell you what. If somebody, well, no, I won't do that. But let's take a guess here. How much?
50 bucks.
No.
$100.
Nope.
More?
Nope. Vegas Ariel, you're warm, but not close. Keep going.
What did he say?
Keep going. So he's got a video course. He calls this course
that's close.
The property, he calls it the property videographer course. He's out of Australia. So there you go. He's out of Australia. He calls it the property videographer course. Primal is actually really close. So actually Steve Jones is right. Really. His base course price is $4,000. $4,000 is his base course price. That's his base course price. But he has a business side of this course where he can teach you all the ins and outs of creating a successful real estate videography business. But that's going to set you back a lot more like $7,000. So they posted this video course in this group, and now the admin of the group posted it as a sponsored post. And I was like, wait a second, sponsored? Well, that would indicate you're taking money. So I was like, so what is it? Are you taking money on this? I basically posted, I poked a couple of jabs at the course price because I know what's in the course, because I know people that have bought the course and shared the contents of the course with me. And I got to say, watching the course, it is poorly done. It is poorly done. The instructions are all over the place. It's like watching a monkey fuck a football. There are some people that should never be a trainer, should never train anybody on software or operational instructions. There are some people that should just not film a course, that it is better left providing the curriculum to somebody that can deliver that curriculum in a much more digestible fashion. There are some people that are just should never do it. This is one of those people. So anyways, so I poked a couple of jabs, whatever, and I think they got wind of the fact that I know some of the contents of the course and how they're doing some of these transitions and things like that. Next thing you know, they booted me out of the course. The admins have blocked me from the group. So I said, fuck it. I started my own group, Real Estate Videographer Workshop, and I don't believe in charging egregious amounts of money for knowledge. I think that here in this world, I believe that there should be a price on knowledge, but I don't think it should be unattainable. And I feel like for a lot of people, $4,000 is not like, when you see the course, you're like, fuck, why'd I spend $4,000? That's insane.
Yeah, that's
I would be upset. So I am going to start releasing my own information on variables within that course. Not necessarily their exact methods, because I won't do that to them, but it's information, and it's mostly all of it's free. It's not like none of it's proprietary. It's just all stupid things that most people should know how to do. And I'm going to start a tutorial series on that.
I was going to ask, is there a way to break it down into topics? So let's say, let's say I know a little bit about real estate, so maybe I'm not going to take your, real estate 101, but some of your more advanced tutorials I'm interested in. You know what I mean? Can you pick and choose? Can it be broken apart?
Yeah, everything can be everything can be broken down, and I fully plan to break a lot of this stuff down for people, just because, it bothers me that people are gonna pay $4,000 to get this information that is actually out there for free. It's just it's silly. Yeah. But when I saw it for the first time, when I finally saw all the information, I was like, fuck, why didn't I think of that? Like, how come that didn't dawn across mine? But that's not worth $4,000. That's not worth $4,000. But I'm going to go ahead and put the group here. So it's a private group. If you want to go ahead and join, it's the Real Estate Videographer Facebook group. All I ask is that if you're serious about learning about real estate videography, you're truly committed to furthering your potential, then join the group. If you're just doing it just to sort of check it out, don't join the group unless you're actually thinking about pursuing real estate videography, or unless you're actually in it currently and you have portfolio work to showcase. Because the whole idea behind this is I want to help other people get better. I want them to skip the mistakes that I made when I started out. And that's the whole means the group. It's an easier way to access me directly. I'm very, very active in there right now. And there's a lot of other people that are also very active in that group that are super willing and able to help. And that was one of the things that I had an issue with in some of these other groups. I always felt that there was like this walled garden. Like there was all these cock blockers that didn't want to give you any trade secrets because they're so afraid that they would lose a client to somebody across this country. I've never been that way. Even with people in the same market as me, I never feared that I would lose a client, because there's just certain things that no matter what you know can't replace that you do for a client that somebody else cannot do. So I don't know. I never understood that. Never understood that. So right now I think we're at about 130 members, I think. So we're growing, you know, and it's
I think it's a great
it's going
idea.
well. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm pretty stoked about everything. So very, very excited about where that's going to go. But that, I thought I wanted to share that because, yeah, I just felt like I was so pissed off about that. And then like the thing that kills me the most is when you ban somebody from a group, don't do it without giving them a reason. Like that's just going to piss me off more. Like Dalton, you know, the guy that has that group, he's a fucking pussy. He's a pussy. Like that's a flat out pussy thing to do. You don't know me, but you will. You will, because when you piss me off, I am a fucking psycho off the rails, dude. I will find out everything I can when it comes to you. And I'm not going to say I'm going to make your life miserable, but
did you see what he did to that drone?
We're going to have a conversation. I mean, fuck off with it.
You know what I feel bad about? This dude who's charging $4,000 and more. You know, crazy. I remember, it's crazy, but I feel like people will think that the price denotes someone who really knows what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like
but
they think
and the thing is, like, he sort of does, but he doesn't. And the problem is, like, show me your numbers. Show me what you make per month. Show me data that says that what you were saying is valid, right? Tell me that I can walk away from just doing photos for a client. Tell me that a real estate agent will be okay with paying over $500 per video every listing. I can tell you with Florida economics, just speaking from experience here in Florida, that getting $500 per video is a very, very tough stretch. It's a very tough stretch nowadays because houses do not sell as fast. And now you're spending $500 just to try to market a house. And by the way, the video doesn't really market the house so much as it does market for the agent. The video is nice, but it's not necessarily going to sell a house. The video is designed to sell the agent for future sellers or possible buyers or whatever other ventures that they're interested in. So
everyone says, "Ooh, that's so cool."
Right, exactly. It's a wow factor. It's not designed necessarily to sell a house. So to walk away, he's telling people, "Oh, walk away from video." Why would I walk away from why would I walk away from owning a market? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. That's a stupid thing to tell your students. I think it's a stupid thing to tell them. And that's an inexperienced person. But again, that's Australian economics 101. I'm a firm believer, teach economics in the country that you are living in a demographic that you understand completely. That's always been my that's always been my philosophy when it comes to teaching, like finances specifically. I would never teach it unless if I understood a demographic that I'm talking to.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But anyways, I had to get that off the chest because we started that group and I was like very excited about it. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Ever since
When did you start it?
I started it last Friday, I think it was. Like
Oh,
I forgot.
you just started.
Whenever I was gonna, I knew I was gonna get kicked out of the group. I knew, I knew because it's me. There's always something that I can't help myself from saying, and I said something. I popped off the mouth at the wrong person. I think that's what it was.
Mm.
And it may have went along something like, "Hey, how many inches did he get in you for that price? 2, 3, or 4?" Something to that effect. I know that comment was what got me banned from the group.
That probably was it.
But